My name is Tasha Smutney. I am a double gold consultant and two-time IATAN card holder. And I put this training together because there's so much more to being a Disney travel agent than just booking your client's resort, hotel, and their tickets. All right. So there's so many things that are going to set you apart from other travel agents because you just book the hotel or the tickets. They could go on the website and do that themselves. But Disney is very complicated. So we're going to go through. All right. So when you have that client consult, we're always consulting with the client. We do have an inquiry form specific to Disney to get some of that information. Find out for them what's important to them about this trip, right? Is it important to them that, they want to be at a resort that's specific to one of the parks? Are they looking for a split stay between two different hotels because they want to be close to Magic Kingdom and Epcot for this part of their trip, but they want to be close to Animal Kingdom for this part? All right. Do they want to be on resort, or are they okay with off resort properties? Some of which do give Disney benefits, some of them do not. How many days do they want to go? And how many of those days do they want in the park? Right? Just because they're going for a 7-day trip doesn't mean they're going for 7 days into the park. Okay. What type of tickets do they want? So we're going to talk about all these things too. Okay. What kind of tickets do they want? They want one park a day. They want to be able to move to different parks. Do they want to be able to go to the water parks? All of those kinds of things. Right. Budget is very important. Now, typically, Disney is not going to be a low budget trip. There are lower budget options, though, right? Find out what their goal is, what their amount is. Have they been to Disney before? You know, and if they want any of those magical extras, right? What do they want besides their hotel, resort, and going to the parks? Because there's lots of extras as well, right? So finding all that stuff out is really important because we want to put together the perfect trip for our clients, right? And again, it can be very overwhelming and there's a lot of information. And this is why a lot of people, Disney's going to be one of those things they do choose to use a travel agent for, even if there's somebody that doesn't ever do it for anything else, and then you could get a client for other types of trips as well once you sell them on you and your value, right? So let's talk about those different resort options first, okay? Disney has 3 main levels of resorts. We've got our value resorts, our moderate resorts, our deluxe resorts.
Hey, stop.
Regardless of what level of resort they stay at, every on every on-property resort is going to offer them complimentary Disney transportation throughout the whole Walt Disney World resort, right? Even if they drive there, they can park their car and never touch it again until they leave their trip. I don't consider a rental car needed for a Disney World vacation either, if they're staying on resort, especially. Okay. And they all get early park admission. Okay. They can get early park admission. Typically, it's about half an hour before the parks open to the general public or non-resort guests. They also get charging ability within the parks. They can charge everything to their hotel. They don't have to worry about carrying cash or cards with them. They can do it from their phone or a magic band that they could get. Okay. Kim, I'm gonna pause this for a second, one sec. So I loved that I didn't have to carry money with me when I was in the parks. And that's only a it's only a benefit of staying in a resort hotel. So even if you have something like a Magic Band, you're using the app, you can't charge if you're not staying in a resort hotel. Okay. So let's talk about the value resorts first. These are going to be the most cost effective. They're going to be more basic accommodations with amenities, and the dining at theirs is going to be, just probably a food court, lots of options, but there's not going to be a sit down restaurant with a waiter service or something like that. It's going to be just basic options. These are going to be all-star music. Now, when we do talk about Disney, for abbreviation purposes, I didn't put it, but these would be called Disney's All-Star Movies Resort. Disney's All-Star Music. So make sure if you ever are using those terms when presenting to a client or that kind of thing, you put the word Disney in front of all these. Disney's All-Star Sports, Disney's Art of Animation Resort, and Disney's Pop Century, right? Art of Animation and Pop Century are have a little bit more amenities where that, these you can get access to the Skyliner, which is a gondola that you can go to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Okay. All Star Music is going to have some family suites in there as well. Okay. That's going to give you the opportunity to do bigger room reservations. Next, we have our moderate resorts. This is going to be that middle price range, upgraded accommodations and amenities, some more dining options. Typically, they're going to have a food court plus a sit down restaurant. I stayed at one in April. It also had like a coffee shop as well. This is going to be Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, Disney's Coronado Springs Resort, the cabins at Fort Wilderness at Walt Disney World. Disney's Port Orleans has two different sides. French Quarter is going to be a smaller resort, and Riverside. They are connected, and you typically can take water taxis between the two as well. Right? Then we go into our deluxe level resorts. These are going to be the highest or higher price range at Disney. Upgraded amenities, more dining options. There might be multiple sit down dining options, character dining, different things like that. There's going to be more options to the park for transportation. The value resorts, most of the time you're limited to buses. Even a lot of the moderate resorts, it's going to be buses or that Skyliner. And those are your options. There is water taxi from Port Orleans to Disney Springs. But then when we get into these deluxe, you're going to have some of them are on the monorail. Some of them have water taxis right to Epcot or Magic Kingdom. That Skyliner access, you can get those at the moderates as well, right? It just gives you more options to get to the park. And I will tell you that when you go out to where all the buses are after a park day and your legs are exhausted, the higher price your hotel was, the closer the stop is. There's like 28, 29 different stops for buses where you wait for the one that goes to your resort. The deluxe resorts are going to be the closest to the entrance of the park. Because you've paid more money, they're giving you an upgraded amenity. All right, so we're going to have Disney's Contemporary Resort, Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, Disney's Yacht Club Resort, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Beach Club Resort, the Boardwalk Inn. Oh, I missed a letter. Polynesian Village Resort and the Wilderness Lodge. Okay. Now, there are some other resort options as well. Some of these are on property. All right. There's the Fort Wilderness Campground. There's the deluxe villas. They also have some others that are other deluxe accommodations. They were previously Disney hotels, like the Swan, the Dolphin, that are technically no longer Disney. And then we also have the Good Neighbor hotels, hotels that Disney is approving and partnering with to do packages, right? Some have resort amenities. Some of them, even the Good Neighbor hotels, will also include early park admission, transportation. Some of them use the Disney shuttles, these like the campgrounds, the villas. Some of them just have shuttles that are less frequent. So you want to look into those if you're doing an off resort hotel or a Good Neighbor. Okay. And these Good Neighbors can be purchased in a package on DisneyTravelAgents.com. Okay. So let's talk about those parks because you might be going, I have no idea what any of these things are. So many people think Disney World if they've never been and they just think Magic Kingdom. All right. Again, when we talk about these, it's Disney's Magic Kingdom, Disney's Animal Kingdom, Disney's Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios. All right. They do also have two water parks, Disney's Blizzard Beach and Disney's Typhoon Lagoon. The trend lately has been that both of them are never open at the same time. One is always like getting its annual refurbishments while the other is open. Currently, Typhoon Lagoon is open, Blizzard Beach is closed. And it's been going on like a 6 months on, 6 month off schedule and that kind of a thing. All right. Magic Kingdom is going to be that, quintessential I'm at Disney. First time Disney guests are always going to want to start there usually. Okay. It's going to be all those traditional rides. It was modeled after Disneyland, which was the first one. Right. Epcot. This was Walt Disney's, version of the perfect community of tomorrow, right? That's what that stands for. And it was, it's always evolving because it's innovations of tomorrow, but it also features the World Showcase and experiencing glimpse of cultures around the world. Now it has, sections like the land with nature and water. It has, you know, space related when you talk about mission to mission space, mission to Mars, Guardians of the Galaxy, those types of things, innovations with things like partnered with Chevrolet Test Track for cars that you can design and that type of a thing. Lots of people feel like they're like, oh, there's not much at Epcot for little kids. There's absolutely tons of stuff at all of these parks for all ages. Okay. Hollywood Studios used to be called Disney's MGM Studios. It used to be a working studio for filming. It no longer is. It's going to focus more on attractions towards the movies. Okay. So, you've got a whole Toy Story land. You've got Star Wars Galaxy Edge that you go in there and you're immersed into the Star Wars universe. All of those things. Okay. And other areas as well. There's the only ride based on Mickey and Minnie Mouse is here, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, right? Now, Animal Kingdom is actually, they talk about they wish that Walt Disney had lived long enough to experience it because he was passionate about animals and animal conservation. This is yes, in some ways a zoo, but it is a working conservation. They're involved in breeding programs. They have a section you can go that there's a hospital that you might be able to see them doing a procedure on animals there. And just very much a lot of great education about the animals as well. And it was specifically designed in that, a lot of the parks are flat. There's hills and things because it's designed to make you slow down, and take in everything you're seeing. All right. And it's not just animals. It's sectioned into different areas of the world. Asia, Africa, there's a section for Pandora and Avatar, an oasis section with animals, and then there's a conservation station. So there's really a lot to explore. And I do recommend if you're booking clients, you're going to want to be studying up on Disney so that you can help guide them. Because a lot of people can go to Disney and feel like they wasted their money on this because they didn't get out of it what they were hoping. Okay. And as travel agents, we want to be their guide and make sure we're helping with that ahead of their trip. Okay. I highly recommend doing the College of Knowledge, but also the College of YouTube. I watch YouTube all the time. All right. When we talk about the basic, just park tickets, regular old park tickets, first we're talking ages. Under 3 is free. That includes if their vacation starts on a Monday and the child turns 3, their birthday is Tuesday, they are considered under 3 the entire trip. And they do not have to pay for that child to get into the parks. And most dining reservations, as long as the child is eating off of the parent's plate, all of those things. All right. Children are considered a ticket age 3 to 9. Anyone who is 10 years old or older is paying the adult price. A lot of this has to do with height requirements. The assumption is a child that is 9 or under may or may they have different things they may or may not be able to get height wise for rides. All right. You're able to purchase a 1 through 10-day ticket. Now, there are some other programs for people out of the United States. They have, a 14-day ticket for coming from the UK and that kind of a thing. However, most of our clients are going to be coming from the US. Different options. That base ticket, a base ticket, no matter how many days it is going to get you into 1 park per day. You cannot change parks. Now you can choose which park you go to, right? A park hopper ticket is just what it sounds like. You can go to a park in the morning. You can change to any of the 4 parks throughout the day. There's no limit on that. They've, as of January, released there was a restriction. You had to wait till 2 p.m. to park hop. Now you no longer have to do that. If your clients want to go to a dining reservation in, Hollywood Studios in the morning, and then they want to spend the rest of their day at Animal Kingdom, they can absolutely do that. Okay. They want to go to one park in the morning, take a break at the hotel, go to a different park at night. They want to do all 4 parks in one day. Park hopper allows that. Now, we also have a water and sports option that gives them the base ticket of 1 park per day, but it's also going to give them however many days they're going, it's going to give them that many days admission to either a water park or the ESPN Wide World Sports or the mini golf courses. Okay. Park Hopper Plus combines Park Hopper with the water and sports. So they get Park Hopper privileges plus those admissions for each day of their ticket. Okay. This is why we need to find out what their plans are, right? If they are traveling with toddlers, a park hopper is probably just going to eat up a ton of their day. But if their plan is we're going to go for a couple hours in the morning, go back to the hotel to get out of the heat and have nap time, they might want that park hopper. So it's talking to your clients to see what they want for tickets. Okay. Now, those are just the park tickets. There are other types of tickets. Now, we can get Florida resident tickets as well. Okay. Promotions. Right now, they have a 4 park magic ticket, 1 day per park, the 4 parks. Okay. 3-day, 3 park ticket is going to give them every park except Magic Kingdom. They're trying to do a promotion in that they're keeping people away from that quote busiest park. Okay. Now they also have special event tickets. They have, Halloween party, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. It's an evening party at Magic Kingdom. It runs from the beginning of August through Halloween. There are things at that party that are only offered at that party. All right. Special character meet and greets. a
Retreat.
a parade that's only offered during that party. They don't offer that one during the day. Whereas at Christmas time, they do the Christmas parade during regular hours as well. Trick or treating. Special, treats that are Halloween themed that you can purchase that are only offered at the party. They also have 2 different Christmas parties. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at Magic Kingdom and Jollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios, which was brought new last year. Then they also have other things like after hours events that you could pay for. All right. Those are all different tickets you can get your clients to give them different experiences. Now, if they don't want to upgrade to that sports, water and sports, or the Park Hopper Plus, they could purchase a 1-day ticket to a water park also. They sell those separately. Okay. Speaking of evenings, I didn't mention the deluxe resorts also have some evenings that are extended hours that are just for deluxe resorts. Oh, that's another perk of staying at that highest level of resort. Okay. Now, here's where we've made their booking, but we're not done helping them. Because the rest of this is add-ons for your clients. Now, am I getting commission for these add-ons? Absolutely not. But I'm getting pretty good commission no matter what when I book a Disney trip. And here's where we elevate our value as a Disney travel agent. We take care of the extras for them. Now, with that being said, one of those things I already have done for a client who's traveling. The day that tickets went on sale for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, I made sure ahead of that I had their credit card authorization form signed. Now, I didn't know the price with the taxes, but I knew it would be up to this price, including, and I said, plus taxes and fees. So I put up to $199 per person plus taxes and fees for 4 tickets. And that's what I put for the price on there. Because at 6 a.m., the day that they went on sale, I was on the website booking them their 4 tickets because they wanted Halloween night. There were two different party nights while they're there, but they wanted Halloween night, and I was not gonna not get that for them. Right? Advanced dining and enchanting extra reservations. These can be booked 60 days in advance, and some of them sell out the day they go on sale. So if your clients have their heart set on a specific dining experience or a specific activity for their children or for themselves, we want to be booking it as soon as possible. Most of these just require a credit card for in case they don't show. Most do not require to be paid for ahead of time. Some do require you to pay ahead of time, and it'll map that out for you. Now, if they're staying on resort, they can reserve for the length of stay up to a 10-day stay. So on 60 days out, really they can book for up to 70 days out if they're staying for 10 days. All right. And I'm going to show you some stuff because I have a stay coming up this summer. I'm going to show you those things after we go through all the information so I can show you the functionality of some of this afterwards. All right. So when we talk about those enchanting extras, and there's more than just these, Bibbidi Boppity Boutique is at the top of the list. This is the makeover for children up to age 12, that they can be made over into a princess or a prince. They get their, hair, makeup. There's different levels of what you can purchase. Some of it, there's a lower level that I think starts at $99 that doesn't include getting a dress or an outfit. And you can work your way up. Like some of them are, I believe, close to $400. I could be wrong. We'll look on the site. But, building your own lightsaber. I observed this in April. If somebody is a Star Wars fan, this is like a don't miss. It's an incredible immersive experience. Building a droid as well. Now, this one at Epcot, Dive Quest, they have to be a certified scuba diver, but they get to go in that big, huge aquarium tank with the coral and everything. All right. If they're an Avatar fan, they get to make their own avatar. At Epcot, behind the scenes, it's in one of their rides, the Land, where they're growing sustainable gardens that they use those vegetables in restaurants throughout Disney World, right? They have something called Capture Your Moment photo shoots that are a private photo shoot. They have them in each of the park. They also have private VIP tours. These are super big bucks, right? But they can essentially have somebody that escorts them to the front of the lines and they get tons of stuff done. Animal Kingdom has a bunch of different tours and experiences. And then there's something called the Keys to the Kingdom tour in Magic Kingdom, a behind the scenes. You get to see, um, the backstage area because Disney considers anything that's public facing, that's on stage, it's a show. Right. So anything that's not that, it's called backstage. Now, any of these tours, unfortunately, they won't let you take pictures or video backstage, but you still get to see it. Okay. And again, I'm going to show you where we find all of this on the site. I just want to make sure we get through all the info first. Now, Disney has brought back their dining plans. These can, at this point, only be added to part of a package, right? You have to have a package, hotel, and tickets to get the dining plans. And there's two different levels, the Disney's quick service dining plan and then the full Disney's dining plan. And it really, it depends on what your clients are thinking for food, if we add these or not. These are part of the commissionable rate when put into those packages, right? Quick service dining plan, they get 2 quick service meals per day, no table service. Now, some of the quick service are not they're not just counter service, but they're not going to get a waiter. They're not going to get character dining or any of that. They also get a snack or non-alcoholic drink per day. And for both of them, they do get a resort refillable mug per person that they can fill at their resort or any of the hotels. It's basically for the soda machines. Okay. The dining plan is going to give them a table service meal per day, a quick service meal per day, and that snack non-alcoholic drink, the mug. Plus, they can use them and redeem them for special dining experiences, including character dining. Now, some of those do require 2 dining credits, but that is the availability. So sometimes this is worth it for people. You kind of have to weigh out what they think they would spend. Some people don't consider these worth it. For me, it would not be worth it. I can't eat enough food to make it worth it. Okay. And everyone in the room has to get it. Like if you get the dining plan, it's for everyone on the reservation. So there's ways to weigh out if they would be worth it or not, and that's based on your client. Okay. So the next thing is the My Disney Experience app. Now this is on the phone, but you can also access it on the Disney World website as the consumer, which is where I find it easier to make the advanced reservations. All right. So we do have things like, this one I actually took today from mine. This has our reservation for 4th of July weekend. And we have a dining reservation as well. Okay. This is where it shows you can keep track of things like if somebody has an annual pass, but also your hotel resort purchases. You can see your running total of, your balance, what you've charged, what you've paid. Keep track of that dining plan, what you have left, because they don't have to be used one per day. You could save them up for days. All right. It's also where we're going to talk about next Genie Plus, Lightning Lanes, and all of that, which is the service to essentially it's a paid for service that minimizes wait time in lines. But you can also keep track of how long is that standby line currently. The app also has maps. You can pull up the map, see where things are. You could click where you want to go and it'll give you walking directions from where you are, or it'll give you transportation directions if you need to change parks, all of those things. All right. It is a really great app. So let's talk Genie Plus, virtual queues, individual lightning lanes. What in the world do all of those things mean, right? So Genie Plus is, and individual lightning lanes are an extra cost. You can purchase Genie Plus starting at midnight the night of, or the day of. And at 7 a.m., you can start booking return times to essentially significantly shorten your wait time. There are rides that it can be 2 hours or more in line. All right. I like Genie Plus. I like to use it. I will absolutely recommend it to clients, and I'm going to give them resources to learn how to use it before they go, because it can be a waste if you don't know how to use it. Okay. Essentially, the way it works is either once you scan into that ride or 2 hours after you've booked your last lightning lane, the most recent, you can book another. Okay. Once the park opens. So at 7 a.m., I can book, but if the park opens at 9, I can't book another till 11 unless I went on that first one before 11. Okay. Individual lightning lanes are individual rides that you pay the lightning lane for. Currently, they include at Magic Kingdom, you can do them for Tron and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Those are both roller coasters. At Hollywood Studios, you can do it for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, which very often gets that 2-hour plus line. At Epcot, you can get it for Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind roller coaster. And at Animal Kingdom, you can get it for Avatar's Flight of Passage, which again, also very common to have an hour and a half plus 2 hours wait. Very, very common. So it's not available for all rides, but it is available for many. Those, all the ones I just said, are not going to be on the regular Genie Plus. It's just a extra pay individual lightning lane. Depending on what the ride is, you know, it could be $12, it could be $25 for that ride. Okay. Rise of the Resistance is usually a $25 per person for that individual lightning lane. And for some people, it's worth it to ensure they get on that ride. Now, virtual queue is a lottery system for specific rides. Currently, there are only 2 rides in all of the Walt Disney World: Tron and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which you also just heard me say you can buy an individual lightning lane. They have just announced that it will be a virtual queue to begin with when Tiana's Bayou, which is the reimagined Splash Mountain, opens June 28th. They also said it would be on Genie Plus. They did not say an individual lightning lane. So I'm interested to see as more details come out about that. They've just started releasing those in the past 2 days about what's going to happen with those. I'm actually surprised if it's not an individual lightning lane that you have to pay for and it's on regular Genie Plus, but that's what the press releases are indicating. It's really important that your clients know this, because Tron, Guardians of the Galaxy, and as of right now, Tiana's Bayou, you cannot just go wait in line. It's not even an option. There is not a standby line. The virtual queue works this way: either 7 a.m. or 1 p.m. You can be on the app and click join virtual queue and hope you get on it. For the 7 a.m., you obviously don't have to be in the park because it's not open. For the 1 p.m., you have to be in the park that ride is in. Okay? And it will tell you what group number you're in, which essentially gives you an estimate of when your return time will be, but then it'll tell you when your group is called. So you do have to pay attention to the app if you're waiting for your group to be called. Okay. Now, if they don't want to deal with that, they can purchase that individual lightning lane for Tron and Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, resort guests can do it at 7 a.m. Non-resort hotels, they can't do it until the park opens. So resort guests get first choice of those times. Because you pick your return time when you pay for an individual lightning lane. You do not pick your return time when you do the virtual queue. Okay. People miss out on those rides that they wanted to do because they don't know this information. So as the travel agent, we want to make sure we educate our clients. Okay. We want to prepare our clients and educate them. I am still working on creating mine because I haven't really had clients who like full on Disney trip. I've had people who do a couple of days here and there. Create some kind of planning guide or information to send to your clients so that they know. Send them suggested YouTube videos to watch so that they can learn about Disney and see firsthand people doing this. People have like Genie Plus strategy guide for each park and what to do and how to do it. Maybe you want to do a strategy phone call, Zoom, or meeting with your client in person if they live locally. I know this sounds like a lot of extra time for not extra compensation, but it's going to make a world of difference for your client. And they're going to let everybody know how awesome you did at making sure that their Disney trip was exactly everything they wanted, they got. Because that doesn't happen if you don't plan for Disney. All right. Disney is not a relaxing vacation. It can be in some ways, but preparation is the only thing that's going to make sure you get what you want out of a Disney trip. And we help our clients with that. Okay. So we prepare our clients. So what I'm going to do now, before I do questions, I'm going to show you some of those things I was talking about. So let me go here. I was pulling up pictures earlier. So when we're on Disney's travel agents, a little bit of a walkthrough where we find all those things, okay? So we're looking specifically Walt Disney World. When we're putting together a package, we just leave it there. That's the default. If you are doing tickets only, Walt Disney World resort tickets only, you click there, you click find prices, and it's going to give you those different options. Please know that whether it's in a package or separate, we only get commission on tickets if they're 3 days or longer. Theme park tickets. If it is not 3 days or longer, we do not get commission on it. Okay. So it's going to give you theme park tickets, special event tickets, water park tickets. So if we look at the theme park tickets to start, and this is when I'm doing just tickets, but it'll look the same when you do it as part of a package. It's going to give you the option Florida resident ticket. And there's 2 different kinds. This is their 3-day or 4-day ticket. Then they have, and that essentially is any date in those days. The Discovery ticket, these are date-based, specific dates that they choose. This is that current special 4-park Magic ticket, 4 parks, 4 days, 1 park per day. And you could only go to each one once. You can't say, oh, I have 4 days, I'm going to go to Magic Kingdom twice, and I'm going to go to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. You have to do all 4. 3-day, same way, but no Magic Kingdom. Down here is where we see those regular theme park tickets. You click continue, and then you choose the days, and then you pick the options for which kind of ticket. Okay. So again, anywhere from 1 to 10 days. Now, if we start at 1 day, you're going to see here, it's going to tell you the price per day starting this day, $154. If it's a 7-day ticket, that daily rate goes down $104. A 10-day ticket, it goes down under $100 to $78 per day is the average. So the more days they book, the less it is per day. So just for an example, when we're trying to get them to do that 3 days, because we want commission, it goes from 162 per day down to, I mean, it's not a huge difference, 159. The more days you do, though, the more it's gonna up that, okay? So you choose the starting date, whatever it may be. Now notice, I chose 3 days. If I start on Friday the 5th, I can use those 3 days anywhere from Friday the 5th through the 9th. So they give me a window bigger than those days. So the same thing with a 7-day. I can use that 7-day any day in 10 days. Okay. They don't have to be consecutive days. So then when I come down, I choose which type of ticket. The base ticket, 1 park per day, and it tells me the total for the per ticket. Water park and sports option, still 1 park per day, but they get water park and other Disney World fun. Park hopper, which again doesn't give the water and sports, but they can go to more than 1 park. Or park hopper plus, which gives them everything. Right? So it is, about $110 more per ticket to go from that 1 park per day to that highest level ticket. So we choose whatever it is. Then it asks you how many people that are 10 plus, how many children. Right? So let's say you have 2 adults and 2 kids that are between 3 and 9. It now tells me my total price. On this site, it is not going to tell you your commission except for packages. So you might be going, well, Tasha, how do I find out my commission? Because you do get commission for that. I'm going to go back to Disney Travel Agents. Under training and benefits, there's a commissions tab. Okay. And it's going to tell you how much you get for things. So each part of your package has a different percentage, and that's why they tell you it on the checkout page when you do a package. Rooms not in packages get 10%, excluding the tax. All right. Campsites at Fort Wilderness are not commissionable. Packages, it tells you like how much you get for each part, but it's the same amount. Tickets not in packages. There's actually also a chart as well. But 3-day, 3 park, those are all those different tickets. And then it tells you those special event tickets, how much you get. I didn't realize you got commission for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. And I paid for one last summer and I never put my commission in. I put it in late and I don't know if I'll get it or not. But we do get commission on them. You just have to check. Memory Maker is the photo package. That is something I do recommend for the clients. They'll get all their pictures from all of their rides, all of the photo spots. There's a different price if they book before they go, or if they pay for it while in travel or after, it's more expensive. And it covers all of their photos within a 30-day time. But there's a whole chart as far as what you get for tickets. All right. So for example, 3-day and 4-day, it's 8, whatever ticket it is, it's 8%. Once you hit 5%, 5-day, it's 8% for the base ticket, but 10% for everything else off of that ticket. You get higher for what it is. We do get less on Florida resident tickets because they're significantly discounted. All right. We do not get commission on season passes, which is a super bummer. I don't know why. I think part of it is because people can make payments on them. They're not paying for the whole thing at once. They pay throughout the year. But this is where you find out the commission. Okay. So when we go back, again, if I'm doing tickets only, we can come in and do those special event tickets. So this is where I came. You know, they have after hours, and you have to look the nights when they are. They're having a special after hours glow party at the water park, Typhoon Lagoon. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, right? But other things like the Christmas party isn't on sale yet. So we have to watch for those. So currently, this is only on sale until tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, tickets go on sale to the public. It was first on sale just for resort guests. So again, those types of things are benefits for resort guests. They get to purchase sooner. All right. Now, when we're booking Walt Disney World Resort, we do our dates. We put in what it is for who's going, just for the sake of showing you different ages. That child's really going to be charged as an adult for tickets. All right. It's going to show you those different options. These are the price per night averages. You can sort in here. This is by Disney Picks. You can, you know, if they say they want to be by Magic Kingdom, you can choose the area they're in. You can choose the category. You can choose the characteristics. We really want to be on the monorail. So you click monorail and it's going to give you just ones that can access the monorail. Okay. So say we book this one, Polynesian Deluxe Resort. Please read these things because you want to know about construction and find out what's going on. It just says through 2024. So I know that right now they said one of the paths is not accessible, the walking paths that a lot of people choose it for. So I'm gonna go back. We don't really need monorail. I'm gonna do Skyliner. A lot of people like the Skyliner. Okay. We have deluxe, we have value, and we have moderate all on the Skyliner. And it will show you all the types of rooms when you continue. It's also going to show you current promotions you could apply at the top. So we have standard room, stay longer, save more. Florida residents, annual pass holders get a discount. And then there's the save up to 30%. I believe right now, but I can check which ones. So if I start with save 30%, up to 30%, it'll tell me 247, and they're showing you the cheapest at the top. But if I go stay longer, just so I can see which one's going to be a better deal. Now that promotion is actually not available. So I'm going to go with that 30%. We always apply a discount if we can, right? It's expensive enough. All right. So now they have standard room with a 5th sleeper. So these typically have, essentially it's a bench and it has a bed that folds down. That's going to be a child size bed. You don't want to try to put an adult in the 5 adults in the 5th sleeper. All right. Preferred rooms are going to be closer to the main pool area, the amenities, because some of these resorts are really big and spread out. Okay. So it gives you all those options. So let's say I want to do the preferred location. All right. So right now we have just the room and then we add all of the amenities, all of the extras. There's a bunch of extras we can add ahead of time. And again, it depends what our client wanted. What did I do? Let's say they wanted that just a park hopper. They don't want the water parks. They said a park hopper is enough. All right. They're going for 6 days. We did 4 days of tickets. That gives them their first 2 days or a resort day in the middle. Memory Maker, when we look in here. So Memory Maker is 100. I gotta do some math. $185 when you purchase it before the trip. I believe it's 219 if you purchase it after the trip or while you're there. And you do have 45 days from when the pictures are taken to make sure that you get them downloaded. You can add the dining plan right away as well. Okay. And you can choose which one you do if you choose it. As you can see, we're at $4,888.25. The less expensive one would put us at $6,057. We're at about $705 more for the full dining plan. All right. Or I could do continue without dining. I just wanted to show you that you can add it. Brown Transportation is just going to add a rental car. Right. Now, typically, I'm a huge proponent of travel protection, except with Disney. Disney's going to give you, now this one's not showing it because it's too close, which is weird. Oh, maybe it is. Disney's going to give you until final payment. You can cancel, you can reschedule your trip. You can make any modifications you want. You just have to pay price difference. All right. They have a really flexible cancellation policy. You can always add this later because typically what's going to happen is a package is going to cost you a $200 deposit and final payment is due a month before check-in. Okay. So this is August 4th. July 4th is when their final payment would be due. And right now they only owe $200 because that is the deposit. If you do the travel protection, they have to pay for that plus the $200 deposit. And travel protection can be added at any time. Okay. They do let you hold reservations for 3 days if your clients need to think about it, and you can hold that price. Okay. Now, the other things I'm going to show you, I don't actually book on Disney travel agents. So you would need, in order to book for your clients, you would need to be able, you can do it over the phone, or you'd need to be able to log into their account. I don't want to go here. Experience. So I'm going to show you mine right now. So I'm logged in. This is similar to what you're going to see on the app on the phone as well. You can look at your plans that are coming up. It will make you log in every single time. It does not on my phone. All right. So it's going to show me my planning party who's going on my trips with me. You have an account for each person. Our room, we're checking in the 3rd. Really, I'm checking in the 3rd. They're checking into their room on the 4th. Okay. We have a dining reservation. It's telling me the park hours for those days. Notice where it says early theme park entry, half an hour earlier. Okay. Now, these might not really be those times. They don't really confirm them until 2 weeks in advance, usually. Okay. So it's showing you all of the dining reservations we've already made because my window opened last weekend. All right. I just made this for myself. Okay. I'm going to do a Starlight Safari at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. The rest of my party is leaving this day, and then I'm there for another 6 nights. All right. So if I wanted to add more plans, dining reservation, enchanting extras, all right? So dining reservations. If I have, let's say our party is a 4. Right now, I'm able to book through July 13th because that's when my reservation ends. I was able to do that as of last weekend, actually the beginning of this week, because I have a split stay. If you have 2 different hotels, the 60 days starts from the date of each reservation. So you do have to do them separate. But I could do any of these dates. So let's say I was looking for something on the 10th. I could look all day. All right. If I want to do breakfast, right now I can filter all of these things. Okay. I'm specifically looking for, let's see, character dining. That's the only thing I care about right now. Right. Now, if I know where I need to book something, Animal Kingdom area. Right. I can click out. I was looking for Tusker House. Oops. Oh, don't go. I was looking for when you click it, it's just going to open. You can see the menu. All right. Or I could have checked off the time. Check available days. So if I wanted breakfast, lunch, dinner, all right, there's still a good amount available, but you never know. Like, depending on which ones they are, things like Cinderella's Royal Table, the Beauty and the Beast experience, some of those are gonna sell out, or they're not going to be able to get the times. Like I'm looking right now, there is Cinderella's Royal Table. Be Our Guest did not show up. So for this date, the Beauty and the Beast one's already sold out. Okay. So that's why you do want to make sure if your clients have something their heart is set on, you want to book it at that 60-day to the start of their reservation. Okay. And some people know that. They know, hey, we want to do this. Okay. Now, as far as other things, this is where you can connect your magic bands, your tickets, all of those things. So either your client's going to connect those things, which is more likely because they're not going to give you their login, but we can send them info on how to do these things. Okay. If I click my photos, view media, I should have some in there. Yep. They're just ride photos because you do get the ride photos with Genie Plus. You get those included when you purchase Genie Plus. So the rides that they took photos on are here. That actually is not our group. Here's our group. It was around the same time. Wait till you see. Where's the one? If you really zoom in, I was like screaming and didn't know what to expect. My picture on Guardians of the Galaxy is worse. It's funny. Can we look at my hair right here? Like, I just think they're funny. Like, it was funny. But you can see all that stuff in here is my bigger point. Now, as far as booking those magical extras, enchanting extras, I'd go right here. You are able, so let's say we wanted to do, now I'm going to have to do this for my clients. They want that Bippity Boppity Boutique. I would come in, check available days. And we are going to finish up in a minute. Anyone who's joining us for our next training, we're going to finish in a moment. You can do it, Disney site. I know you can. You can choose more than one child for this, which is really important if you've got a family with more than one child that they're trying to book the same experience for. Oh, come on, you can do it. I was checking it earlier and it worked. My computer and see if that makes a difference. It's also possible that because I'm logged in, that there might not be any available the days that I'm going to be there. And that could be why it's not coming up. Or the site's just going really slow. Try it again. So it does start at $99 is the least expensive. But that's, you know, this is going to be, they get a t-shirt and they get the makeup and the face gems and everything, but they don't get a dress. All right. Then it jumps up to $199.95 plus tax. Then they have a deluxe package and the princess signature. Yeah. $450 plus tax. They do also have a night package and a deluxe night package. The night packages are much less because they're not as expensive as those nice dresses, right? I want to let me check. But this, I can now check dates. So let's say I wanted to look during my stay. You can only pick, oh, you might be able, I think you can do shift and you can do all the dates that you'll be there. So if I wanted to look for something from July 5th to the 12th, I can look all those dates. I want it for 2 children, ages 3 to 12 is the limit. So now there are no morning availability that entire time I'm there. It's already sold out and this just opened last week. All right. Lots of people like to do morning so that they're in those the whole time. Afternoon, there is availability. None on those 2 days though. So this is one that you want to book it right away so that you can get for your clients. Even this, like 3 different, there's not a, I mean, there are more times, but that's why we do this for our clients so that we can make sure they're getting those. These are things that are deal breakers. We're not doing this trip if we can't do it. Okay. So let me